The sun was setting behind the mountains, casting a golden hue across the land. A solitary figure traversed the valley, her flowing blonde hair dancing in the breeze. Clad in a cream-colored gown befitting a goddess, she wore a star-adorned crown atop her head. Atop a magnificent white unicorn, its coat shimmering under the sun's rays, she rode. Her name was Selene, a moon goddess seeking solace in this serene place. Recent hardships had left her wounded, and she yearned for a respite to mend her spirit. As she journeyed, thoughts of the past consumed Selene. The loss of her beloved husband and the destruction of her kingdom weighed heavily on her heart. Forced into exile, she had roamed aimlessly ever since. But now, amidst the mountains, tranquility embraced her. The beauty of the landscape and the seclusion of the wilderness offered solace to her weary soul. For hours, she rode until reaching a small clearing. Dismounting, Selene led the unicorn to a babbling brook. They quenched their thirst and then she reclined on the lush grass. With closed eyes, she embraced the forest's melodies. As slumber beckoned, a warm radiance enveloped her being. Awakening, Selene found herself surrounded by a celestial tapestry of stars. They twinkled above, their luminescence calling out to her. Raising her arms towards the heavens, Selene basked in the cosmic energy coursing through her. In that moment, she realized she had found her haven. Deciding to linger in the mountains, Selene resolved to heal her wounded soul and rediscover her inner strength. When the time was right, she would return to her kingdom and rebuild what had been lost. But for now, she found contentment in this mountain sanctuary, amidst the celestial stars that embraced her.
Selene stayed in the mountains for many months, and during that time, she healed her soul and regained her strength. She learned to appreciate the simple joys of life, such as the breathtaking beauty of the mountains and the companionship of her faithful unicorn. One day, while riding through the forest, she stumbled upon a group of lost humans. Exhausted and frightened, they had been wandering for days. Touched by their plight, Selene offered her assistance, guiding them back to their village. Grateful for Selene's help, the humans quickly formed a bond with her. They exchanged stories, sharing tales of their families, aspirations, and dreams. As Selene spent time with them, she began to feel a yearning for her own people, her kingdom, and the sense of purpose they provided. Although saddened by her departure, the humans understood Selene's longing and bid her farewell. As a token of their appreciation, they presented her with a necklace adorned with shimmering moonstones, wishing her well on her journey. Mounted on her unicorn, Selene set off, knowing she would forever cherish her time in the mountains and the friendships she had forged. She also vowed to return one day when her kingdom was ready to welcome her back. After many days of riding, Selene finally arrived in her kingdom, where her people rejoiced at her return. They had lived in fear since her disappearance, but now their fears were put to rest. Guiding her realm with wisdom and fairness, Selene brought peace and prosperity to her subjects. She never forgot the lessons learned in the mountains and often sought solace there, meditating beneath the starry skies. One day, while basking in the mountains, Selene spotted a group of familiar humans approaching. They were the same individuals she had aided years ago. Grateful for her assistance, they had named their village after her in tribute. Moved by their gesture, Selene realized that her decision to return home had been the right one. She became a bridge between two worlds, the realm of humans and the realm of gods. Utilizing her powers, she worked tirelessly to bring harmony and prosperity to both realms, ensuring a future of peace for all.
Selene ruled her kingdom wisely and justly, and she brought peace and prosperity to her people. She never forgot her time in the mountains, and she often returned there to visit her friends and to meditate under the stars. One day, as Selene was sitting in the mountains, she saw a group of humans approaching. She recognized them as the same group she had helped years ago. They had come to thank her for her help, and to tell her that they had named their village after her. Selene was touched by their gesture, and she knew that she had made the right decision to return home. She was now a part of both worlds, the world of the humans and the world of the gods. She would use her powers to help both worlds, and she would bring peace and prosperity to all. The years passed, and Selene continued to rule her kingdom wisely and justly. She was a beloved ruler, and her people were grateful for her guidance and protection. One day, a great drought struck the kingdom. The crops failed, and the people began to starve. Selene knew that she had to do something to help her people, so she called upon the power of the moon. She cast a spell that brought rain to the kingdom, and the drought was broken. The people were overjoyed, and they praised Selene for her wisdom and her power. Selene knew that she had been chosen to be a guardian of the moon, and she was determined to use her powers to help others. Selene continued to rule her kingdom for many years, and she brought peace and prosperity to her people. She was a wise and just ruler, and she was loved by her people. She was also a powerful goddess, and she used her powers to help others in need. One day, Selene passed away peacefully in her sleep. Her people were heartbroken, but they knew that she would always be with them in spirit. They buried her in the mountains, and they built a temple in her honor. Selene's story is a reminder that even though we may be different, we are all connected. We all have the power to help others, and we should all strive to use our powers for good.